Company wanted me to break the law during onboarding. Hey guys. TLDR. I declined a contract because they told me after onboarding and filling out paperwork there was a pre-screen drug test. I would have declined the interview and the contract up front. I've worked doing the same job in the past without a drug test requirement. They called me back after I said no and tried to coerce me into cheating on my drug test. Did I do the right thing of not cheating? Or should I have cheated, failed, and went back to them? An old contracting company I worked for called me up for a job and an interview. They were desperate, it was just coming up thing. I did not apply for this position. I was given a quick brief overview and then thrown into an interview 8 hours later. I was given no information up front other than the requirement for a background check. I got the job. They did not tell me up front there was a pre-screen drug test. I let them know. I had to decline the job because I was not told up front and I would not pass a drug screen. I am recreational pot smoker. It's not a big deal to me. I am not desperate for that job. He essentially scoffed and said, "How did you get a job for the state? Because they don't drug test?" What? I'm doing IT, not manual labor. He told me, "Hold on, we will see what we can do." My actual recruiter, not his manager, called me back and left me a voicemail to call him. I called him. In the phone call, him and the manager were telling me how I can quick detox and what to buy at Walmart and how to cheat on the drug test. I told them a very large no. I told them I wanted to speak to HR or someone about this. I will not cheat on a drug test. I've done it before, and it didn't work. I will not do that again. They acted like I was in the wrong here. I called their ethics line and was talking to the representative there and genuinely asked them if I did the right thing because I was losing my mind thinking I should have just cheated. But overall, a day later, I feel I did the right thing. Here are your magic words if something similar should occur. Can I get that in writing? Quote, if they say no, good for you. If they say yes and get you that in writing, still don't do what they ask. There is no law about cheating on a drug test for a private business. Only thing that would happen is you would lose your job if found out. Only a court-mandated drug test, usually as a condition of being on parole, would give jail time for cheating on one. I will never take a drugs test for an employer that doesn't have me operating heavy machinery. Yup. I work for the state. Even issued a state vehicle. No drug test of any kind. Not that I ever drive impaired. But still, I was surprised. I pee for enjoyment, not for employment. My dad was a machinist. I cannot tell you the number of jobs he lost because he refused to drug test. My mother would lose her mind at him each time. Why? Because he didn't do drugs, so what's the big deal? This Vietnam vet answered each and every time. It's an invasion of my privacy. If I get hurt then they can test me, but before then hell no. Yeah, I lost out on a job. Guy wanted to hire me but because I had taken edibles 3 weeks before and they still showed. Rescinded the offer. It really is ludicrous, the whole thing with pot. Yet booze is legal. Absolutely idiotic. Meanwhile people get violent with booze and the weed users complain about no snacks. Yeesh. If you pass a drug test due to a detox, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I can't possibly see how you could get in trouble for that. So long as you're not swapping pee with someone. I'd be more hesitant to join just cause places that set arbitrary rules like that tend to blow. Fraud though? I think you might be tripping. Are you in CA? Starting 1.01.24 recreational weed does not count as a fail on a pre-employment drug screen. This is a great situation, because hopefully people see that issues are not always black and white. Sounds like management has the same philosophy on drugs. They really don't care what you do on your own time. That should be good. But they are asking you to avoid their business rule. Obviously, they don't agree with the rule. And we'd wish they'd change it. But their hands may be tied. It is easy to take the high path if you don't need the job. Though, you mentioned contracts, so I am curious. Was this for an employee? W-2. Or contractor? 1099. Position? If it was for 1099, they can't drug test, period. On the trees sub they hammer, use fake pee, all the time, and I hate it. We shouldn't have to. I don't work for companies that drug screen, period. And I don't even do anything wild or irresponsibly. It's the principle, Lynn. Disclaimer. I'm an environmental consultant and I'm experienced, good at my job, so I can be choosy with my labor expertise, but I tell clients, companies in the first discussion that I won't be taking a drug screening. What was the break the law part? There are so many jobs that have pulled that requirement or state that marijuana showing up will not alert them, as they don't care about that. It sucks how full-blown alcoholics can pass but us potheads can't. ROFL. More and more businesses are getting rid of this outdated requirement. I do wonder if it's seated in racism now that I'm typing this out. The drug test, that is. Thinking certain people won't pass and using that as a tool to just not hire those kinds of people. Morons should have just waived the drug test. You did the right thing. You stuck to your conscience. If you're already feeling pressured to go against your better judgment before you even start the job, well, I bet that would not have been the last time they asked you to do something that made you feel queasy. Side note. I think it's dumb that places still drug test for marijuana, especially considering pot is legal in lots of states now. Most people have at least tried it. Like you said, using pot recreationally is not a big deal. Drug testing for jobs should be outright banned. None of the drugs that are actually problems are ever caught by a piss test. I pee for enjoyment, not for employment. If they will accept a falsified drug test, why do they need one at all? I popped positive on the pre-screen drug test. Manager told me that HR said that I should get a medical card and all will be well. So far, 8 months later, it has been.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.